Alright, this is my second video on the X-Men and the shot problems that it's been having. So alright, so the four things, one thing is that the ball, when it comes down through here, it tends to hop and it kind of bounces here. My game doesn't do that, but I went ahead and put the fix on it anyway. The other thing is that when you launch the ball or you shoot it up this subway shot, either one of those both come around and they join here, then it goes up to this other ramp, and it looks, what was happening with most people is if the flap is not all the way down on that ramp, which on mine it wasn't either, so I had the problem, you would go up and then it would kind of just dribble back down, come down through the subway and go straight down the middle. The third thing was that this Midtown shot wasn't a real nice smooth transition. This shot goes around here and goes up on this ramp right here, and a lot of times it would, again, something would slow the ball down, it would go up and then kind of fall back down. And the fourth thing that I noticed, which happened to me sometimes but it's pretty rare, but it's this Kitty Pryde shot where it goes back in this Kitty Pryde, comes back down around here, and it comes out right here, and if that ball is not going fast enough, a lot of times it would come right off of there, boop, straight down the middle. That might have happened 10 or 20% of the time. So actually that's one there. The only thing I could really see being able to do to fix that would be maybe put as an option a ball save. Like, I don't know what the last switch is that's hit on that Kitty Pryde, but if maybe like we were able to put like a 3-second ball save in the options in the settings menu, then that would be something cool. Other than that, that's the only thing I think of as far as software. The other things are hardware fixes. And here's the thing that it's like, you think about it, these games, there's three ways to drain, right? So you can drain over here if the ball pops in there. Pretty hard for it to do that. I mean, it's kind of rare for it to do that. Or if the ball gets past your danger room flipper here, which I kind of think like that's your fault, because in general, when the ball goes in the danger room, you're able to, 99% of the time I'm able to catch it here. So that's kind of like poor play. So either of those doesn't really get me upset. So what's happening to me, I think, is on the majority of games, is I'm getting these straight down the middles. And if that's because of poor play, then I'm okay with that. But if it's because I made a shot, the shot didn't go all the way around, and then boom, I'm getting it straight down the middle, that's what makes, a game frustrating. So hopefully these three fixes that I put in are gonna take away the majority of that. The first of these mods goes right here. I've already installed it. So the idea is to, when the ball comes around, it's supposed to smooth the transition right here. So far I'm thinking, well, mine wasn't really bumping there at all before, so I don't really see much of a difference. The second one of the mods goes right behind the sentinel head, so you got to take this thing off. There's 3 screws, goes right there, and it's the transition right here, so that it smooths the ball flow going there. All right, the third mod, it goes right under this beast plastic, so pull that off. And this one here, I do have this problem, but it's not huge. But as you can see, this flap is not all the way down, is what's causing the problem. So it slows the ball down, is what it does. So a lot of people are complaining about that off of the launch, because when you launch the ball, it comes around here, goes off of this ramp onto the playfield, and then back onto this other ramp. So you have 2 transitions there. Mine wasn't really having that problem, but that same shot, if it's right here, what they call the subway shot, that comes around and then it just does the one transition up that way, and that shot was giving me a lot of issues where it wouldn't go, and then it kind of just roll back this way and drain straight down the middle. So we're going to put this thing on there. Again, this is This is the one Raiden made. I never received the mods I was supposed to get from Stern, so I just went ahead and bought those. So we're going to put that on, right? All right, I got that third one installed, and it definitely pushes the flap down, but I feel like I can feel the lip a little bit here on this, on the front leading edge. We'll see if that becomes an issue or not. Again, my game wasn't really that bad for the launch. It didn't have an issue at all here, but I installed the mod anyway. I figured I'd do all three. My main two were when I shot either this Midtown or Subway shot. I got a lot of rejects that came straight down the middle. So I got all three installed. I'm going to put it back together and we'll see what happens. Okay, that's good, but I never had. I'm trying to play one-handed here. That's just not gonna work.
Open your mind to me.
Alright, so
Armor integrity at 75%.
I definitely feel it's a lot better as far as those two shots. So that was a shot that wouldn't even have made it before. But I'm not sure about this one here, because kind of like what it's doing is now it does bump still, but it bumps sooner. So it's kind of like like if you can see what it's doing, it bumps and it kind of comes out and then hits your flipper. See. Yeah, I might take that one back off. I'm not sure. But these other two, I think it definitely fixes the gameplay.
You must be running when you see the cards fly.
Armor integrity at 60%.
Yeah, so that definitely fixes the gameplay as far as those two shots on the middle. And that was kind of the big frustration for me was, you know, those shots don't get made, and then what happens is when they dribble back down, they go straight down the middle, which is really frustrating. So, you know, now all we're waiting on is like some code updates. Like the only other thing that I would really like to see is that ball saver on that Kitty Pride shot. But other than that, I really like the game.